Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again. And for today's video I'm going to share my fourth theme that I've used up, and in this team and this video as well I'll be sharing and testing out the new Mud Shot Swalot over here, if it is any better now with Mud Shot, with that replaces Infestation over here. So in terms of consistency, yes, it have increased consistency right now, because Infestation was a 3-turn move, whereas Mud Shot is a 2-turn move that generates energy quickly, and it have got a good move set as well of Sludge Bomb with Acid Spray, Gunk Shot, and Ice Beam as a coverage onto ground. And being pure poison, it is actually weak against Psychic and ground. So ground coverage it does have, but with Psychic it does not have too much coverage, but still it can manage out a few neutral damage over here with Ice Beam as well. But what I felt while using this Swalot over here is going to be the thing that it is getting walled by steel types over here, and that is the reason it is dropping below 170 ranks in the Great League meta list, and that is the reason it have like not a good performance over here in this Great League meta because of the steel dominance, because Registeel, Steelix and Galarian Stunfisk is everywhere in most of the teams, and alongside Medicham as well. Medicham, though it's part Psychic and ground, beg your pardon, part Psychic and fighting, it does have access to Psychic as well that hits quite hard. So that is the reason it gets walled by that as well. And since there are too many Metamons that resist it, its performance surely drops over here. So without further more delay, let's quickly jump into the first battle, and that was the introduction over there. So jumping into the first battle, I pick up a lead against Galarian Stunfisk, which I was quite sure that there will be many steel types. That is the reason I have got my backline over here of Medicham and Sableye over here. So Medicham and Sableye both are my safe swap over here, depending on the lead what I had, and that is the reason I safe swapped into my Medicham over here in the first scenario, where they had a matchup of Steelix, beg your pardon, Galarian Stunfisk over here. To which now I'll be shielding up the first Psychic, first Shadow Ball over here, and I'll be going for the next Psychic that draws out the final shield, the first shield from my opponent's end right now. And now from this kind of range, I thought I could reach to the next Psychic, but nevertheless they can throw one more Shadow Ball to take me out right now. But now, since I'm down a shield, I have to farm this whole Jellicent down and whatever they have in the back, and it's going to be a Tropius over here. So Tropius, he's having access to Air Slash alongside Aerial Ace, which is buffed right now, and Leaf Blade. So it gets walled by my Swalot, but since I did not get switch over here and did not get shield advantage as well, this is very bad situation for me right now. So I'll be building up to almost 2 foul plays over here. I'll be going for the first one that I believe knocks out the Tropius over here, because definitely their win condition over here is going to be their Stunfisk, and if you guys can see, they will be going for the Earthquake over here. So Earthquake, though nerfed, it is super effective, but it does not even knock out Swalot over here. On terms of bulk and stat product, Swalot is very good, with a good coverage on ground as well, but what it lacks is the coverage on steel types that dominates the GL meta right now. So if you see, it almost took out the Galarian Stunfisk with that Ice Beam over here, which it does not matter because they have a loaded Rock Slide onto my Sableye that takes me out and gets the win for them for the first battle. So it's a terrible start for me in the first match. Hopping into the next battle, I pick up a lead against Noctowl over here. So I believe the person who is battling here is not aware of the nerfs and debuffs. That is the reason he is actually running Noctowl right now as well. So now I'll be going for the first Sludge Bomb, which is kind of a bait move over here because Sludge Bomb is slightly cheaper than Ice Beam, but it hits quite hard as well. It neutral damage, but Ice Beam would be super effective, which I go for the next time, and they perfectly shield that, which I am fine with because they cannot reach to back-to-back Sky attacks over here, as the Sky attack energy is increased right now, and I can easily go for the next Ice Beam which they caught onto their Medicham, which I am fine with because I will not be staying in this matchup. Rather, I'll be quickly switching out into my own Sableye because Medicham just gets walled by Sableye over here. So it was 5 counters, so it is going to be a power-up punch, which I was quite sure, and now I can easily farm it down with Shadow Claws over here because they have access to Power Up Punch and Psychic over here, which is resisted by my typing of Ghost and Dark, which is very good. And now I believe they have to come back with their final Pokemon, or maybe Noctowl over here, and they comes back with their final Pokemon, which ends up being the Greninja, which is fine for me because I have access to my counters onto my Medicham that can hit so hard onto this Greninja as well. So I'll be going for the first foul play, then the return over here to get the final shield from my opponent's end right now, and they cannot farm me down with Water Shuriken over here. So they have to go for the next Night Slash. That does take me out, and I have to come back with my own Medicham over here and get ahead on energy. To which now they swaps out into their own Noctowl, which will not appreciate this Ice Punch as well, and I tried to switch out into my Swalot, but it ended up being and same Pitai over here. So I let this next charge move go through, and if you guys can see, I will be trying to farm it down, which I do, and now I have made this battle tough for me right now. So they have energy, so they will be going for the next Night Slash, which I have to shield, and now I will be going for the next counter and the Ice Punch that will definitely take care of this squishy Greninja over here and guarantees the first win for this team over here in the set in the scenario. Moving on with the next battle, I pick up a lead against Altaria over here, which is again kind of a good lead for me because I am bulky and I have access to Ice Beam, to which they tried to catch a move onto their Ferrothorn, which I anticipated correctly, and now I will be coming back with my own Medicham and I'll be trying to farm this whole Ferrothorn down. So I have to take in maybe 3 or 4 Mirror Shots over here, but Mirror Shot is not that of a good move. That is the reason I can easily stand that matchup and I can survive that as well. So this was, I believe, 4 Bullet Seeds, and it will be a Power Whip over here, which I can survive as well, and now I can go for the next Ice Punch as they comes back with their own Vigoroth over here. So for Vigoroth, I should have went for the first Ice Punch and then Psychic, which I could not do so. So I was not aligned with my energy. And now I can easily come back with my Sableye over here because Sableye does have a bit of troublesome matchup with Altaria with energy. To which I let the first move go through, and that ended up being a Body Slam. That ended up being a Body Slam Shield Bait, which I called correctly, and now I'll be going for the next return that guarantees the final shield from my opponent's end right now, which is huge because now I can shield up once, and then I shield up once, which ends up being the Bulldoze, and now I can easily come back with my Swalot, go for the Ice Beam as they swap out into their Altaria. That does almost take it out, and from this kind of range I had enough energy to go for one more Sludge Bomb as well to take it out. And now if you guys can see, this is the bulk of Swalot over here. It does take out Altaria with Ice Beam, then a Sludge Bomb, and it does outpace the next Bulldoze from a Vigoroth and takes it out as well. So it is quite good, but it, as I've already mentioned, it lacks only one thing, that is getting walled by Steels over here. Moving on to the next matchup, I pick up a lead against the Venusaur over here, which is actually a good lead because the Frenzy Plant and the Sludge Bombs are resisted. But since Frenzy Plant is such a good move, it does do a bit of chunk here as well, which is not good, because 3 Frenzy Plants will take me out. So I have to watch out for that, and now I'll be going for the back-to-back Sludge Bombs to take out this Venusaur over here, and they tried to catch the next Sludge Bomb onto the Extra Drill over here, which they failed, and I'll be coming back with my own Medicham to fully counter it down onto with this shielding once and countering it down and getting the knockout for it, to which I will be having back-to-back Ice Punches loaded for my Medicham, and they caught the next Ice Punch onto their Azumarill, which is not good, which is not absolutely good, because I should have waited for some more time, and then I should have went for the next Psychic. I thought they will be coming back with their Venusaur, which is not good. But now they cannot farm me down a Medicham as well with Bubble, so they have to go for the next player of which the Ice Beam, or maybe Ice Beam does take me out as well, and now they have enough energy and they try to snipe me down with the Frenzy Plant that does not even take me out, and I can switch out into my own Sableye and farm this whole Venusaur down, taking one Frenzy Plant and just like storing one shield for my Sableye here as well. To which now, since I have enough energy, I will be definitely going for the return, which does have potential to take it out from this kind of health, and or maybe the shield, which let it go, and the Azumarill goes down, giving me the win for the second last battle here as well in this set with this team. So GG's. Moving into the next matchup and picking up a lead against Medicham, which is again a very hard counter to Swalot as well, because though the counters are resisted, Ice Punch is neutral, Psychic hits quite hard. So I have to watch out for that, and I tried to cast the move onto my Sableye, which I failed. And now since I failed that, I will be having a bit of trouble in this matchup here, because now they have a bit of energy onto their Medicham and they switched out into their own Mud Boy. So Whiscash will be going for the back-to-back Mud Bomb, so I have to shield up once and I have to force them to shield one back as well. That's how I will be able to farm this Whiscash down with my Medicham. So that is the thought process that I had while playing this battle as well. And yeah, I got the first shield from opponent's end, and now they cannot farm me down. So they have to go for one Mud Bomb to take me out, and then I will be coming back with my own Medicham to take this Whiscash down, or maybe take a Mud Bomb which they could not reach, which I am fine with. And the final Pokemon that they have access to is going to be a Cofagrigus, which is very hard luck, and it is very unfortunate for me as well, because I don't have anything to hit this Cofagrigus hard as my Sableye is down right now. And they got the next move of Ice Beam onto their Medicham as well, which is not good, and they will be going for the Psychic, that's for sure. So I have to shield up this Psychic as well, because it will almost take me out, or maybe they can farm me down later on. But now I will be going for the next Sludge Bomb that almost takes out the Medicham, but that is not all, because I tried to farm them down, which I could not, and they would have reached to the next Psychic, and it was just one turn away. So I have to go for the next Sludge Bomb, which is not good, because now I cannot reach to the next Sludge Bomb just in time. Maybe the Ice Beam, which I could reach before they could throw the next move and let it go as well, because they are quite sure that it won't take it out, and they have enough energy for maybe one Dark Pulse and one Shadow Ball, and one Shadow Ball does put an end to my Medicham, and the next Shadow Ball or maybe Dark Pulse will knock my Swalot out of the game here as well. So that was a pretty heartbreaking game, but I did all I could do to overcome that over here, but I could not. So final thoughts on this team, or maybe Swalot particularly. As I've already mentioned, it is kind of good. It is a bit more consistent. It have access to Ice Beam for coverage on ground, but it is lagging the coverage on steel that it gets walled against. So that will be all for this video, and if you're liking the content, do like and share it with your friends, and see you again in the next one. Till then, peace.